Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about motion under gravity for NEET and JEE exam. What is motion under gravity? Motion under gravity means a body is moving under the effect of gravitational force alone. That means in that body only gravitational force is acting. Okay, so we are studying about the chapter motion in a straight line. So in this case we are studying two type of motion under gravity, that is free fall, and the second one is the vertically upward motion of a body. First we will discuss about free fall. What is free fall? A body falls downwards under the effect of gravitational force alone. The air friction is neglected. Only the gravitational force is acting on it. Based on that gravitational force, a body is falling downwards. That motion we will call it as free fall. Okay. So we will discuss from a tower. If you drop an object, initially the velocity is to be 0. What is the force is acting? Only gravitational force is acting. So the body got an acceleration that is acting downward direction, that is equal to minus t, that is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, minus. The acceleration is always acting in downward direction. So what about the velocity after 1 second? Initially t is equal to 0, velocity is 0. After 1 second, the velocity become 9.8. After second, the body will get a velocity of 19.6 meter per second square. Meter per second. Okay, so that means when a body is coming downwards, each time its velocity is to be increases and strike with the maximum velocity with the ground. Okay. So first we will see what is the equations of motion we can apply here. So the first equation of motion, the velocity after t time, that is v is equal to u plus gt. That you can apply it. If the body is dropped, u is equal to 0, v is equal to gt. And the second motion equation, the displacement after t time, that is s is equal to ut plus half gt square. Okay, this is the displacement of the body after t time. If the body is dropped, u is equal to 0, so s is equal to half gt square. Okay, then next the third equation of motion we can apply, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, 2as, and if the body is dropped, v square is equal to 2gs. Okay, this we will get. So now we are to study with what velocity the body strike to the ground. If a body is to be dropped from a height, with a particular velocity this body strike to the ground. That velocity v is equal to square root of 2gh if this body is dropped from the h height. If the body is dropped from the h height with this velocity, that is v is equal to 2gh velocity, the body will strike the ground. Okay, next we will see with what time this body reaches to the ground. Okay, that is if you have dropped this object, u is equal to 0, t is equal to 0. With what time this body reaches to the ground? That is that t is equal to, we can substitute it, which equation you can substitute it? You can substitute it in this equation. Okay, from this you can find it as, that is 2h by g, square root of 2h by g you will get. Okay, so this is the time taken by a body reach the ground if it is dropped from the h height. Okay, so here you see that in this equation h is the height, g is the acceleration due to gravity. That means it is not dependent upon the mass of a body. That means if you drop a stone from a particular height and the same time and the same height, if you drop another feather it has to reach the ground at the same time if the air friction is neglected. Okay, this was experimentally proved by Galileo, okay, from his experiment. Okay, next we will see the next motion under gravity motion, that is vertically upward motion. Okay, clear? A body thrown vertically upwards. That means from the surface, a body is to be thrown upward with an initial velocity u. Okay. So what happened? In this body, only gravitational force is acting. So the acceleration is how much? That is g. That is acting in the downward direction. So each time its velocity decreases, and at the maximum height, this is the maximum height. At the maximum height, sorry, here we can write. So at the maximum height, what about the velocity? The maximum height, the velocity becomes 0. Again, this body start to move. Initially, the velocities start to move, and it will be strike the ground with the same velocity, but that is in the opposite direction of the initial velocity. Okay, this is the vertically upward motion. Okay, what are the equations of motion we can apply? The first equations of motion, that is v is equal to u minus gt. Okay, then the second one is s is equal to ut minus half gt square. Okay, and the third one is v square is equal to u square minus 2gs. Okay, these three equations of motion we can apply it. Okay, so if a body is to be thrown upward with a u velocity, it will strike the ground with the same velocity. Okay, next we will see what is the maximum height, with what maximum height the body will reach. If you throw an object with a initial velocity u, then what maximum height it will reach? That is u square is u square divided by 2g. Okay, this is the formula for that. From this we can find out at maximum velocity, at the maximum height, the velocity is 0. Here you substitute it as 0. Then from this, s is equal to h max. You can find out the value of the h max. Then, what is the time taken to reach the maximum height? That is the t max. That is u by g. This equation you can apply it here at maximum height, v is equal to 0. From this you can find out t max. Okay. Then what is the time of flight? If you throw an object upwards, after which time it will becomes your hand? That is 2u by g. Okay. From this you can find out. Okay. From this, what if you throw an object, go upwards and coming downwards, so the displacement is 0. Then you will apply it here, you can find out this formula. That means time of ascent is equal to time of descent. That means time taken by the body to go to upwards and the time taken by the body to reach downward is same. Okay, that is about a body is thrown vertically upwards. These are all the formulas you have to remember it. Clear? Now we will go to the type 1. A stone falls freely from rest and the total distance covered by it in last second of its motion is equal the distance covered by it in the first 3 seconds of its motion. The stone remains in air force. That means a stone is falls freely. The distance covered by this stone in the last second is equal to what? Is equal to the distance covered in first 3 seconds. Then how much time this body was in the air? Okay. Then this problem, how we can solve it? So this is the case. The body is to be dropped. Okay. So a body is to be falls. Only what force is acting on it? Gravitation force is acting on it. So acceleration is equal to A is equal to minus G. Okay. What they are given? They are given us distance in the first 3 seconds is equal to the distance in the last second, that is the nth second. What is the displacement after 3 seconds? That is, you can apply this body is initially dropped, so u is equal to 0. So you can apply ut plus half gt square. In that u is equal to 0. So s of 3 is equal to what you will get? Half into g value is how much? 9.8 into t square. T square is after 3 seconds. Now 9 you will get. Keep it as like that. This distance is equal to distance traveled in the nth second. Okay, what is the distance traveled in the nth second formula? That is u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1. Okay. What about u? U is here 0. So this Sn value is how much? Sn is equal to 1 by 2 into 9.8 into 9. U value 0. A is here, it is to be G. So it is to be 9.8 divided by 2 into 2n minus 1. This will come to this side. This 2 will goes to here. So you will get thus 2n minus 1 is equal to what you will get? That is equal to 2 into 9.8 into 9 divided by 2 into 9.8 you will get. 9.8, 9.8 cancel, 2 and 2 cancel. So 2n minus 1 is equal to 9. So 2n is equal to 10, n is equal to 5. That is the last second is 5 seconds. That means the body is in the air 5 seconds. Okay. This is about type 1. Now we will see type 2. From a building, 2 balls A and B are thrown such that A is thrown upwards and B is downwards with the same velocity. If VA and VB are their respective velocity on reaching the ground, then which is the option is to be correct? So there are 2 balls are to be thrown, okay, from a building. So this is a building. From this building, 2 balls are to be thrown. One ball is to be thrown upwards. This is the ball. Okay, this is the A ball. It is to be thrown upwards, and the B ball is to be thrown downwards. B ball is to be thrown downwards. This is to be thrown upward with the u velocity, and downwards B is to be thrown downward with the u velocity, the same velocity. Clear? So this A object will go to upwards by decreasing its velocity each time, because the acceleration is acting in the downward direction, that is minus g. So due to that, its velocity decreases, and at maximum height the velocity is to be 0. Again, velocity is equal to 0. Again, it will be started to move and come downwards up to reaches to the same height. Its velocity is same, but it is acting in the downward direction. Now you see, now the A ball and B ball are moving downward with the same velocity. Okay, so if these 2 objects are moving downward with the same velocity, mean from the same height, then the velocity at which the body strike the ground also same, that is VA is equal to VB. Okay, this is about type 2. Now we will see type 3. A ball is released from the top of a tower of height h meter. It takes t seconds to reach the ground. What is the position of the ball in t by 3 seconds? Okay, that means a ball is to be released from the top of a tower. Tower height is h. Okay, this is a tower. This tower height is to be h. Clear? Okay, the initial velocity is equal to 0. Clear? T time it will take this object to reach the ground. Okay, so if T is equal to T, what about the position? This object is at the down, that is the distance traveled is h. Okay, the initial velocity is 0. So we can write this equation, that is s is equal to ut plus half gt square. In this u is equal to 0 and t is equal to capital T. So s is equal to h, and that is equal to half into g value is to be 9.8 into what about the t value? This is the t square. This I will take it as g itself, and what about the t value? T value is t square. Okay, from there, this what about the t? T square is equal to 2h by g, and t is equal to square root of 2h by g. Okay, this is the time. They are asking after t by 3 time, where is the position of the pole? Okay, I am consider this is the t is equal to 0. T is equal to t by 3. This is the height. That means the body travel h dash height. So I am taking the k is 2. This is, you can consider the k is 1 and k is 2. In the k is 2, t is equal to t by 3. S is equal to how much? H dash, and u is equal to 0. The same equation we can apply, that is s is equal to ut plus half gt square. If t is equal to t by 3, s is equal to h dash. That is h dash is equal to u is 0 half into g into t by 3 all square. Okay, this is equal to 1 by 2 g into 1 by 9 will get. What about t square? T square value we already got here. That is 1 by 2 into g by 9, g by 9 into t square value, that is 2h by g. This g and g cancel, then this 2 and 2 cancel. So what about h dash? H dash is equal to h by 9. H dash is equal to h by 9. This is the distance traveled by the object. I want to find out what is the position of the object. That is, this is the height from the ground. This must be height, that is x height. So I can take it as the x is equal to h minus h dash, that is h minus h by 9. So how much you get? That is here 9 h minus h divided by 9. So what you will get? 8h by 9. Okay, 8h by 9. So from the ground, this body is 8h by 9 height after t by 3 seconds. This is about the type 3.